What's up, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with a quick video today. At least I think it will be. Picked up some original art. Seems like I've been bent by the original art bug, or maybe it's just a phase I'm going through, as the old folks used to say. But nevertheless, if you want to see what I picked up today, stay tuned for the video. Now, before we get into all of this comic art and comic book related goodness, go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification, so when videos like this one drop ever so randomly, you are one of the first people to know and can make the conscious decision as to whether or not to watch an hour later. As long as you're watching, we appreciate you. Talking about people we appreciate, how about the list of channel members, people that are supporting the channel through their monthly membership, whether you're on YouTube and or Patreon. If you are interested in joining this group, then the Linktree link is in the description below. Obviously, there are benefits to membership, not the least of which are our monthly giveaway. So you're going to want to get in on that, because with my schedule lately, the live shows have been less. And so that's the other way that you can get in to win our monthly giveaways is through super chats. But those can only be done in live shows. You can watch this video right now. You, talking to you. You can watch this video and actually join the channel, and therefore get in there. For every membership, you get 10 entries to win the month's giveaway. So that's something you don't have to be a member, just out of the kindness of my heart. But it also helps the channel in full disclosure. And that's to visit bcwsupplies.com for your comic supply needs. And if you use the coupon code SCG at checkout, you will save yourself 10% on your order. Now, we interrupt this regularly scheduled program to plug in my computer before it goes dead. I been bit by the comic book art bug, it seems. It just seems really cool to me, the idea of getting an original piece of art. As you know, if you're familiar with the channel, you know that I have picked up and like sketch cover commissions, particularly if I was able to go to a con and commission them to do a one that I found, like whether it's a Hulk 181 sketch or some other kind of pose by a particular character or set of characters. You know that I have done that in the past. So taking it up a notch to the original, you're talking about really one of a kind. So I've got several pieces over the last little bit, and I got some big ones in today. And by big ones, I don't mean, spoiler alert, I don't mean anything like from the 70s or 80s, but you'll see what I'm talking about because I'm going to lead up to the bigger ones. First off is going to be Superman, Batman, issue 14. Now, if you recall from one of my Instagram posts, you saw that I posted a page of this particular book on my Instagram. I thought originally I was buying these two pages from the same book and from the same person, but come on eBay, but come to find out it was two different people. So this page was cheaper than the other one because it wasn't a half splash page like the other one was. This is you know, as far as comic art concerns, it's not a lot of action on here. Here you got Batman has been injured, and there's Lois Lane, and then all the people running around. But nevertheless, it's pretty cool. I've got the newsstand version of 2010 comics, so that's pretty cool to go with this. And got two art pages inside the same book, so pretty dope, pretty dope. Then I saw a piece on Dexter Vine's website. Now, Dexter Vines is an inker. He's inked several things, but I know I've seen him do a lot of work with Steve McNiven. Old Man Logan. If you think about something, that's the first thing that comes to my mind when I think Steve McNiven. But in this case, he wasn't working with Steve McNiven, and I bought this off of Dexter Vine's website. And so he threw in a couple of extras. Some I have passed on to other people in the community who I felt would appreciate them more. But also, I got this one right here. This is just a print, but it's a cover of an amazing Spider-Man book. I don't remember which one it was, but again, it was done by Steve McNiven. But there, Dexter signed it for me as well. He just threw this print in for me for free, so I appreciate that. And this is the page from Extermination, issue number 4, page 20. So this is the last panel page. This is a whole page. So it's fairly desirable from that standpoint. And by no means, in full disclosure, am I an art connoisseur, if you will, and think that I've arrived. There are plenty of people that have way better art collections than what I do. But anyhow, it's a really cool because it's a whole page. And this is the last page. Dexter, by request, signed it down there for me. And this is, if you're familiar with the story, Extermination, the Young Man Cable, which right here, I was not a big fan of. But in this story, Cable is trying to fix the fact that the young X-Men are in present time. They need to go back to the old time. Well, Ahab knows that if any of the original X-Men dies, it sets everything into funk. So Cable's trying to get all of them together. They don't want to go, obviously, back to where they came from. And this is, spoiler alert, everybody thinks that this is Cyclops because in the few panels on the page prior, it shows Cyclops right there. And then it shows this. And he's like, all right, game, set, match. He throws the spear through there, and there's the body hanging, and everybody thinks it's Cyclops, acts like it's Cyclops. Well, come to find out, it was actually Mimic. It was actually Mimic. Mimic took one for the team, so to speak. But yeah, so you've got several people in here. You've got Cable, you got young Jean Grey, you got old Jean Grey, you got Mimic, you got Ahab. I can't remember. I'm thinking this is Boomer. Yeah, because the X-Force were there. So this is Boomer. This is Warpath. And then there's Old Man Logan. There is Honey Badger. You see her little one claw. So Ahab had got Phoenix, and they had taken over, made a lot of the X-Men Hounds at that point. It was a really cool page. So glad to have that one in there. I picked this one up off of the eBay. This is Red Hood and the Outlaws number from the New 52, issue 25. Now, to me, there's a lot of action going on this page. This guy that's got the cover on his face, this is the Joker. He's fighting with the crowbar, of course, the Red Hood. He's laughing. And to me, that's a lot of action. I didn't pay a lot for this particular page, but nevertheless, it's a really dope with the Joker and Red Hood. Got the classic crowbar when it comes to those two. This is page 9 of issue 25. It's got a really cool cover that goes with that too. So I like to have the pair. If I'm going to get original art, I like to have the comic with the original art. And it looks like the artist or inker signed it down here. Now, if I am wrong in what I'm about to say, and there is a person that collects original art that can explain it to me differently or correct me in the chat, certainly feel free to do so. But as I understand it, inkers and artists, so the writer, I mean the inker rather, get it out in a minute. The artist draws it on the board, but they might live across the world. So they can scan and print these things out, and it creates these blue lines. And so the inker goes back over the blue lines and, of course, does what inkers do and fills it in and makes it all sexy and everything. So when you have a blue line piece, some original art collectors don't like that because it's not really the original art, even though the inker is the one that really does a lot of the work. You know, the penciler will give the basic concepts, but it's really rough around the edges most times. and then the inker comes in and makes it look sexy. So like these other two pieces have blue lines on them. So this piece does not. So this is the OG piece. So I'm not sure if the inker and the artist were all the same, if he inked his own stuff, or if he physically mailed this board to him. But you can't really probably see it, but you can see where not only is it inked, and of course there's no blue lines where they went over there, but really dope piece. So I was glad to have that one here. Now, I saved the best for last, the best in consideration with the other ones. It is the one that the one I paid the most for. I got this on eBay. The guy that had the page I showed earlier for the Batman Superman also had this one and this one right here. So this one was an auction. I made offers on the other two, and he held those till the auction ended. He saw that I won it, and then he mailed all three together. So save shipping doing it that way. This was just such a dope piece. I mean, there's just so much action going on. It's an almost full splash page. So like I mentioned earlier, it's almost on full splash page. That's really desirable by collectors and therefore usually commands a premium. Additionally, I mentioned about the blue lines. This one is not blue lined. You can still see some of the spots where they erased out and decided to draw them a little bit differently before the inking was done. And so this is from Brightest Day, issue 23, page 12. Look at that. This is Ivan Reis. This is when Swamp Thing was a black Swamp Thing, and he was busting through. So as you can see, that image takes up the majority of the page. This is Dead Man and Hawk and Dove and Firestorm down here. And you see Dove is talking to Dead Man over here, who at that time, if you know the story, was carrying the White Lantern. So this is really dope. And this is Reese's, this is O'Hare. This is O'Hare, the inker's signature right there. And so, yeah, really, really dope. Really, I mean, just so much detail in all of this. So much detail. And you see all the people down here. And on the, as a side note, Brightest Day with the David Finch covers, the Reese art. I mean, it's just killer. It's a good story. Just really killer art all the way around for those. So shout out for that. And that's what I have. What do you think? Have I bit off another expensive hobby, or is because I have been still buying some big books lately, not as many, and certainly been buying mystery packs, Walmart packs, and mystery boxes, and that. But I haven't been keeping a lot of that stuff. So I've been trying to keep my personal collection down around 10,000. I'm at around. I'm bumping up against that 10,400 mark. So I've been culling out several hundreds of comics because it was fastly approaching 11,000. And so those are the ones that are in the PC. Now it's not counting the ones that are overflowing over there that need to be sold on Whatnot or on a Saturday auction near you. But so it's just one of those things, whether I continue it. I did, full disclosure, bought a Miko Cian piece just a while ago. I just paid for it at the time of this taping. And so that's it's pretty killer. And I'll show you all that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, I appreciate anybody that takes the time to watch these videos, and especially appreciate those of you who are supporting the channel through your monthly memberships, whether on YouTube and or Patreon, because some are on both. And until next time, keep reading, keep collecting. Adios.